Hi, you're about to listen to a story for listening practice. This story is about the Taurus star sign. Listen to the story to hear a simple version of the Taurus personality traits. Here are some pre-listening questions. Questions. Number 1. What was the thing that changed Jim's life? Number 2. What is one of the strong points about Taurus? Number 3. What is one of the difficult points about Taurus? Number 4. After reading the book and understanding himself, what did he feel? Question 5. What did Jim want to share with his friends and family? Hi, and welcome to the English Listening World podcast, episode number 401. This podcast is for listening practice. I have 29 words and expressions highlighted in today's story for you to get practice listening to. In particular, the expression so, that is repeated. I will put the full list of highlighted words in the description below. Life-changing. Jim was a middle-aged man who loved to read novels. One day, he picked up a book that changed his life. The book was about astrology, and it mentioned the Taurus star sign. Jim had never thought much about astrology before, but he found the book so interesting that he couldn't put it down. Jim was a Taurus. As he read about the personality traits of Taurus, he was so surprised that he felt like he was reading about himself. He learned that Taurus people are known for being reliable, patient, and practical. They are also known to enjoy comfort and luxury, and they are very loyal to their friends and family. Good side. Jim remembered how he always made sure to keep his promises, no matter what. He thought about how he had been working at the same company for over 20 years because he valued stability. It was so refreshing that the traits he was reading about matched his personality so well. As he continued reading, Jim discovered that Taurus people have a strong sense of determination. Once they set their mind on something, they do everything they can to achieve it. Jim thought about the time he decided to build a garden in his backyard. It took him several months, but he didn't give up. Now his garden was his pride and joy. Hard side. Jim also learned that Taurus people can be very stubborn. They don't like change and prefer to stick to their routines. Jim smiled as he thought about his daily schedule. He woke up at the same time every day, ate the same breakfast, and went to bed at the same time every night. He realized he was a creature of habit, and that was okay. The book also mentioned that Taurus people appreciate beauty and the finer things in life. They enjoy good food, nice clothes, and beautiful surroundings. Jim thought about how he loved to cook gourmet meals on the weekends and how he always dressed neatly. He also remembered how much he enjoyed visiting art galleries and museums. Peace. Jim was so fulfilled that he finally began to understand himself and his motivations. He realized that being a Taurus explained why he valued loyalty and stability so much. It explained why he enjoyed his routines and why he worked so hard to achieve his goals. Jim closed the book with a sense of peace. Learning about the traits of Taurus had been like looking in a mirror. He felt more confident and content with who he was. He decided to explore more about astrology and see what else he could learn. Share it. From that day on, Jim started to embrace his Taurus traits even more. He continued to be reliable and patient. He appreciated the beauty in his life and didn't feel bad about sticking to his routines. He felt so content that he had found a way to understand himself better. Jim's journey into astrology had been so fulfilling that he wanted to share it with his friends and family. He hoped that they would find it as enlightening as he did. Jim had discovered something new about himself, and it made his life richer and more meaningful. Answers. What was the thing that changed Jim's life? One day, he picked up a book that changed his life. 2. What is one of the strong points about Taurus? Taurus is dependable and determined. 3. What is one of the difficult points about Taurus? They can be stubborn and they don't like change. Number 4. After reading the book and understanding himself, what did he feel? He felt a sense of peace after he understood himself more. Number 5. What did Jim want to share with his friends and family? He wanted to share his experience of astrology with his friends and family.